Mark Gilman, along with Western Oregon head football coach Arne Ferguson. Coach, let's first talk about last week's game down at Dixie State. It's a game where you had your starting quarterback out. You had the long trip down there. A lot of things went right, though, in that ball game as you come up with a very solid win. Talk about it.
Yeah, Dixie is a real talented ball club. They've made some tremendous changes recently in their program, and will continue as they ratchet up in Division II on where they're going. So we knew we had our hands full going down there. A Friday game, a night game, heat. It was about 90 degrees, 88, somewhere around there. A little bit different for us, and it's at the end of 5 games on the road out of 6. So the things weren't in our favor, but our kids played well. Defensively, other than the last 2 drives of the game, we've kept them to 10 points. Really good to see Joe Harris come alive and really have 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards or about 100 yards. And then there's Paul Revis that had, honestly, 2 really good punt returns that were amazing. One got called back that shouldn't have been called back at all. So we feel bad about that because it's about an 80-yarder, and he had 2 scores there. But overall, our kids really put together an offense, defense, and a special teams game.
Yeah. In talking with folks here, the offensive line really got that running game going, which opened it up for the receivers, and that's so key to this team.
Yeah, we're still not as healthy as we'd like to be as a whole, offense and defensively, but it was really good to see some guys with some experience as the game progressed to add that extra grit, that extra toughness that you need to run the football.
All right. Now, this week, nationally ranked team, number 6, last time checked. North Alabama played them there last year. Get them here at home, but doesn't make them any less difficult to face.
Yeah, a lot of the players are returning on the offensive side, and it shows. They've only punted 4 times out of 4 games. They're really moving the ball well. Going back through, since I've been at Western Oregon, I'm not sure if I've seen a more productive offensive unit that has so many weapons. Really good receivers, really good running backs, really good O-line, 2 quarterbacks that really can make things happen with their feet and their arm. So it'll be the biggest test, I think, defensively we've had to date. Our offense needs to move the ball, needs to control the ball. We need to try to keep this offense off the field. But we're glad we're playing at our place and against a team that is in the playoffs on a consistent basis, is in the top 10 in the nation. They're 6 now. Then their push is to be a nationally, obviously national champion team. You could tell by the changes that we've seen so far, and they're right on track. We played some number 1 teams in the nation before. They're up there, and offensively, again, like I said, they really move the ball well, and they're coached extremely well.
Now, you mentioned you aren't as healthy as you'd like to be here, but guys are starting to round back in, and I know that some injuries may not be fully healed by game time, but it's certainly you have to play with what you got.
Yeah, our players are tough. They're resilient. They work really hard. We push them at early practice in the morning. They do everything we ask them to do, and then some. We're just glad to be home. It's been a long road. To start the season, we really feel like we haven't gelled to our ability yet, and we're still getting better in all 3 phases, and we still have a lot of room to grow, and we'll need all those changes to happen pretty fast against a number 6 in the nation ranked team.
Hoping for a good packed house for this game as well, and there's a lot to like about coming out to watch this one.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Our players are really looking forward to this opportunity. It was a great opportunity last year for our kids to travel to Alabama and to see a different part of the United States that they haven't seen, a different level of football. It's consistently different. They're extremely good players all the way through their first and second group of team, and we expect our players to really step up to the significant challenge.
All right. As always, Coach Arne Ferguson, it's a pleasure to talk with you, and best wishes with this next ball game.
Well, thank you, Mark. Really appreciate it.